Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This reading will be for, where am I? Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So it is a general reading for a really large collective, so if it doesn't resonate, just discard the reading. Remember that there is no gender here, so if I pull a king or a queen, it really doesn't matter. It's all about the personality, which I'll describe, and you'll definitely know who we're talking about. We're just looking at what you need to know about, look out for, be aware of this week. I'll start with the Oracle, we'll move into the Tarot to clarify. I'll grab some advice at the end. All the information to book a private personal is in the description below. I also offer a membership, so if you're interested in that, you can check out the membership tab on the channel, or you can hit the join button below. Sometimes these get juicy and I do an extended, not always, but that's the only place you can find the extendeds. Of course I offer a lot of other stuff there too, so you can check that out. Okay, so we have crying over you. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Disorganized attachment, believes one is undeserving of love or closeness, experiences emotional extremes, splitting, untrusting, controlling, and explosive behavior without accountability. And we have music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. The overall energy is the Five of Cups. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. So for some of you, there is a really important Sagittarius in your life. The Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Extreme highs, extreme lows. I feel like you have a tendency of kind of like reconciling with someone when you miss them. Like this person will miss you, they come back around, the two of you end up back together, and things for a little bit, you know, they kind of work. You know, maybe 6 weeks things are good, and then all of a sudden things go back to this person not making any sense again. They're not giving what they used to. They're not talking to you like they used to. They're kind of, you know, back to doing some shit they shouldn't, essentially. You know, it's like you can't really figure out what they're going to do next here. And I feel like it's really overwhelming. But I feel like this person also goes through it too. Maybe that's a perspective that you can't see, is that if this person has disorganized attachment, you know, it's like all of the emotions and the things that you're seeing them do are really things that they're also going through, you know, like them withdrawing and them, you know, being all up in their ego and acting like they don't care, you know. Even these maladaptive behaviors that you see them show up with, where it may seem very one-sided, I feel like they may also view the relationship this way. These highs and lows are the same for both of you. You both have some type of issue with attachment here, obviously, right? But I feel like for a minute now you've been at this extreme low and you're waiting for the extreme high again. And that's the truth. It's like you're kind of sitting here waiting to get back to that happy place again. What's the advice with this? The Two of Wands, the Devil, at the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Swords. This is going to sound a little twisted, but I'm kind of getting that somebody doesn't understand their own energy. The way that they see someone else is actually how they show up in a relationship. I'm not saying the other person is perfect. I'm just saying that I feel like somebody has this disorganized attachment. They don't realize it. That they're hot and cold and on and off. And the other person is just like constantly overwhelmed and literally doesn't know what's going on to the point that they break. And then when they do that, whoever I'm reading for like feels threatened by this, and just there's like a lot of splitting going on, back and forth, up and down, hot and cold. So like if you're seeing this in another person, it's also probably a reflection of something that you're doing, because it can't just happen with one person. It's a dance, if you will, between two. There's a struggle to have like power. I feel like you also kind of try to deny this part of you that like really does miss this person there, and like the idealized version of them, which also probably is the idealized version of you, right? Because I imagine that like when the two of you are in this Ten of Wands energy, you probably aren't that cute with one another, right? It's not really you're not really your ideal self, if we're keeping it real. So I feel like it's saying here, until you see the bigger picture of where you play a part in this shit's gonna remain toxic as hell. Like, because I feel like you're kind of like demonizing another person and maybe not taking any accountability, and so how would change ever happen? I think that you're not actually seeing where you're really hurting someone else, only where they're hurting you. And that's one-sided. That's the Six of Pentacles, it's the Seven of Swords. There's, you're pushing and pulling a person here and not even seeing it for what it is. For others of you, that's in the reverse, but the advice is to kind of try to work through whatever that fear is. Maybe it's somebody leaving, maybe it's being confirmed that you aren't good enough, or whatever the it is that has you tied in with this situation. There's projection and also like just like a lot of weird energy around someone, and how often you're being disappointed. I don't know, I feel like some of you are choosing to stay in something that has repeatedly disappointed you. So then that really comes down to you, right? And then others of you are like repeatedly hurting someone and just apathetic to it. You just don't really see how it's affecting another person when you're all over the place and don't really know like what you're feeling from one minute to the next, or what you really want from a person, or if you're even really enough, or if love is even real. You got to sort through that before you're in relationships here. It's messy. All right, bye.